here. Well, we're going to let this caulking cure here, and in other words, let it dry real good before we even put any feed in here. But we're also going to make sure that this container here is completely dried. So the drying part on the inside, and this will be doing it at the same time. Now, I already love this right here. I like it for the fact that I got a good enclosure here of the lid. And the only thing I did notice as I was doing this that I didn't think about before was the rooster's comb. So that is making me wonder, can he get his head in here? I do like these little closure things right here. This helps keep the mice or the rats out a little bit. I mean, it's going to help out with that, because you know, the chickens are shut up. When they see a mice or a rat, they're just like looking at it like, oh my god, what is that, you know? But this, I believe it also will help with that, but also to help keep the rains out. That's my main concern, is the rain, the moisture at nighttime. So we're going to give this a try. This will be a good method for, I would say, basically temporary, unless you have an enclosed area like a barn to put this in. Maybe into the future we might consider enclosing this in. As you notice, I didn't put it all the way around because I don't feel like, you know, my chickens are not starving all the time, and so they're not like gang banging the feed. So they pretty much they get them a couple grains, and then they move on. The next chicken comes, and I think this is going to be work for basically, like I said, a temporary measurement, or even to where you know, say you're going on vacation, or you know, something you want to do, but you want to make sure the animals are fed. Since I'm taking notice of this opening here, because see what it is, the hens stick their head in there, right? And they don't have a big cone, and they dip down in there and they get the feed. So what I'll have to do is also, which I plan on doing anyhow, is take my other poultry feeder that has a round base, and you put the feed on the top, and I'll take a bucket cover lid and put it on the top and have that out. What we're going to do is give this a go. Let's see if this tightens on there. Yep. So give this a go. Let them get used to it. You definitely want to get your chickens, or whatever you're feeding, time to get used to it. I believe I ordered the large on these, and it's amazing to me, in the description they'll say large, and that's what I'm always looking for, and then when you get it, it's not as large as you think it's going to be. So we're going to give this a go, let them get used to it, and see how well it goes, see what takes place. Like I said, my main concern is the rooster. I'm not worried about the hens. My concern is the rooster. So if you just have hens, this will probably be a measurement for you. I wish I had thought about that before I ordered this. I mean, I like it, but I wish I thought about that. But then again, I didn't know until, you know, I'm just now putting it together. When these came in separately, got them off of Amazon. When they came in separately, of course, of getting this, I'm looking at it, and I'm not really thinking about the rooster. But we're going to see how well it goes, so stay tuned with us and see if this works with the rooster. So one other thing, the instructions didn't say put caulking around it. I just noticed that it wasn't completely tight around on the inside. Now, it's got a gasket. It might have worked fine, but I'm not going to take a chance with my feed. So that's why I caulked around it. A little bit of caulking goes a long way. So we're going to take these guys' food away. This is easy access. These work great, but everybody wants a lot for them now. I think I paid like $5 for this years ago. But not to say they're not worth it. They are worth it. Of course, I had to buy the lid, so it's either $3 or $5 for this, and I got 2 of them. And so we're going to try our system out over there, see how well these chickens do. But I think I'm going to have to take this food away. Of course, they're not hungry at the moment, but you know, we're going to give it a shot. We got Curiosity over there. So we got the gate open today. Senior's doing very well with them. I mean, he's laid back rooster. I'm trying to get them to come out. They don't want to come out. They could care less about coming out. So this is going to be our new feeding system. We're going to give it a try and see how it does. My only concern is, can the rooster get, I know these size can, but can a mature rooster, adult rooster, get its head in there with a huge cone? Now I did take one of those, put another one in, put it up a different height because of chickens growing. But at the same time, I did put the caulking around. I took one of those out, and because the instructions didn't say where to put that gasket, and then I looked it up, and I did put it the right way. But I was trying to, you know, these will work great with a square container, but it does leave a little gap because of it being oval. The container is, you know, round. What you looking at, talker? Hi. What you looking at? What happened to your cone? Huh? What happened? What happened, baby? What happened? What happened? Huh? What happened? You like that chest rub? You like that chest rub? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on to the next video. Well, I've got their food. It's time for me to go eat. It's near enough to 3 o'clock and I haven't ate yet, but this was important, so we're going to see how this system works. Now I do have it also a little overhang up here to help keep the water out, and also with the inserts that you put in there to make sure that, you know, water, to shut it off for like at nighttime for mice and rats, and if you wanted to, or rains. So we're gonna really just see how well this does, and hopefully it'll work out good for them. Chicken feed has gone up $1 a bag this week. Last week it was 50 cents more. It's crazy. So I do sell eggs, and I don't think I can keep it at the price. I'm already pretty much giving them away. Yeah, you know, farm fresh eggs, but so I'm going to have to go up on those because, you know, when chicken feed keeps going up, we can't stay the same price. Not at this expense. See you on to the next video.